Hello, I'm making my confessional now. Ooh. I swear there was something behind me. Anyway, we lost the challenge again. I think this is like a record for most challenges I've lost on a tribe before, or in this game, like a party. It's weird. I'm not used to like losing so much. But yeah, so I mean, the challenge was interesting. Honestly, not one of my favorites. It was kind of like it was just like I don't know. I don't want to like rash, but it was kind of like a fluke of a challenge. But yeah, it is what it is. We lost by like a millisecond. But then everything went according to my plan. Like, I wanted to get Jon Snow out, so I was happy that he got out. And especially after hearing that he had said my name, made it even better. So it worked out in my favor. And every vote's been unanimous, so I think that it just makes it harder moving forward. But like, the problem is I feel like I really bonded with Bobby tonight, and I do not want to have to vote him out. But I feel like that might end up being something that people are pushing if we lose again, which I don't know how I will try to push that away from the decision. But yeah, we'll see. I really like him, and like, we talked a lot about the games that we played and the people that we know, which I've been trying to have that conversation since the game started, but it just like, it hasn't happened. And so I'm happy that it happened tonight, but it just kind of like made me not want to vote him even more. But I also got to talk to Troy, and I feel like I finally was able to connect with him, which in my mind he would be the next vote, but now I don't know. So my closest people are Schneidman and Rachel. Those are the two that I feel the closest with. So I'm hoping that we have at least 3, so I'm sure Shannon will vote with us. So I feel like it's gonna end up being a choice between Bobby and Troy, but I don't know. Yeah, if we don't win, it's just gonna be very, very hard. So, you know, I am gonna try to do what I can to make it not turn on me, which I feel like there is a good chance that it could. So I don't know. I hope that if it does start to turn on me, that like Schneidman or Rachel will find out about it and tell me, because then I can just use my compass. I don't want to, but I will. So yeah, it'll be an interesting day tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. That's really it. So gotta go hard boil some eggs now for the challenge tomorrow. But yeah, that's about it. Hey, I am gonna make a confessional because as I was driving back to work from my lunch break, I was thinking a lot about the game, and figured that it would probably be helpful to have a confessional of me processing things. So hello. I am truly hoping that we win tonight, because I don't want to go to Crossroads with only 6 people. It just is going to be very hard, because these are the 5 people that I felt from the beginning I wanted to make it far into this game with, meaning post merge. And so if we lose, to have to lose one of them will be very hard. Not to say that it couldn't be me that ends up going if we do go to a Crossroads, but thinking a lot about the conversations that I've had. I feel as if my mind is between Troy, Bobby, and Shannon for who we would vote out to dessert. I am thinking that Troy would maybe want to go with Shannon just because of the challenge. Bobby, I think, would probably want to go Shannon as well. And Shannon, I think, is going to want to go for Bobby. So I don't think Troy would end up being the person, but if Shannon votes for Bobby and then Bobby and Troy vote for Shannon and me, Rachel, and Schneiman vote for Troy would go. But I don't know that would be the route that we go. So I'm kind of trying to think and decide if in my mind, I want to do a big move and go for Bobby. I don't know if right now is the time for that. But at the same time, like, there's no time like the present to make moves. And I think that Shannon would just be a predictable move. And I think that Troy would be a predictable move as well. I also don't think that voting out Troy would be necessarily smart, because I think that he will stay loyal to us. And I feel the same about Shannon. I'm not 100% sure about it, but I feel the same. And Bobby, I feel like, will remain loyal until it benefits him elsewhere. So all signs are seemingly pointing to Bobby, but I don't know. I feel like I really bonded with Bobby last night, over just our conversation about orgs in general. So it would make it very difficult for me to vote for him. So yeah, I don't know. And like, I'm very nervous at this point for a returnee. And if Bobby gets majorly blindsided, then that's going to cut ties if he is a returnee. And he's a good player. So if he was on the other side, he would probably be able to make waves. So I think that I talked myself out of wanting to vote for Bobby now. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what we would do if we lose tonight. So I'm just really hoping that we pull out a win. That is probably like the only option that we have for it to be okay. But yeah, that's my lunchtime confessional. So.
Well, they got me. You know the old saying, you win some, you lose some? Well, you know, you do win some and you lose some. Well, hold this here. This right here is a win some. I won this in my last game. The last game I played. This is a trophy for being a winner. You know what? They probably saw that I win games, and they were like, you know what? We better get Jon Snow out now before he wins the whole thing. So, you know what? I give them credit. I'm giving them credit. They did a good job. They needed to do that. They needed that. It was quite an excellent blindside, if I say so myself. I always have it in the back of my mind, but like, you know what? I don't know. It was what it was. Bobby really, I did start feeling like there was something going on, but you know, I also just like chalk it up as paranoia too. So it's like, is that really what's happening, or is that just in my mind, right? But no, they got me. They played it perfectly. It was a beautiful blindside. Beautiful. It was excellent. They got me. You know, and if it wasn't me myself, I would have been like, well, I am like this, right? It was an excellent blindside. They did an amazing job. it just sucks that I was the victim. It sucks, right? But hey, like I said, it is what it is. I don't have luck at these Expedition Online games, right? But that doesn't take away that I'm a winner either way. So I'm just not a winner at Expedition Online. But nonetheless, I'm still a winner. And this is All-Stars, right? So I'm not just a winner. I'm an All-Star. Don't forget that, right? I might have to come back for Expedition Online All-Stars. I might have to, right? Seems that All-Stars are the way I win. But no, they all lied to me, all tricked me. Well, not all of them. I didn't really talk to. See, I should have, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing I could do. You know what I mean? I didn't have a compass. If I would have had a compass, maybe I would have played it. Maybe, I don't know. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? I had a fun time. You know, I did have a fun time. What am I gonna do now that I'm not playing? I don't know. I'm probably just gonna live my life. You know, I'm gonna take a break a little bit because, like, you know, these games I was on standby, so I was just here to fill a spot. So once again, here I am filling a spot. But you know, I'm kind of. It's good to take a break. You know, I just played a 35-day game and won it. So this loss doesn't feel as bad coming off a win, right? So, you know, it says season 5, Jon Snow. That's right, just so you can see it. It doesn't say my name. See, no, Jon Snow, winner, right? So, you know, I'm a winner. That's all that matters to me. But I would definitely play again. I like you guys' format. It's pretty cool. I did get a chance to meet Wendell and Adam, and they're cool. Shout out to Wendell. I tried for you, bro, but I was just too much of a threat and a beast. They were on to me. So like I tried my best, buddy. But you know what I mean? It's hard to keep the biggest target and the biggest threat in the house, right? They had to get rid of me, right? But whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna hold any grudges. I might not trust these guys again if I ever play a game with them again. I'm not gonna trust them, so I might hold a little bit of a grudge, but just a tiny bit, a little bit one. But you know what? I had fun. Expedition Online's a dope game. I suggest anyone apply. You know, if you're into these kind of games, they're really fun. So everybody was respectful, polite, awesome. They treated me with really good kindness and greatness. So shout out to you guys. I'll forever be a fan of Expedition Online, and I'm not a winner yet, but maybe one day, maybe bring me back for All-Stars. We'll try to win it. Peace.
Okay, this is my confessional for day 5. That sucked. That sucked ass. Losing that challenge sucked so fucking much. I was so mad. We were crushing. We were blowing through these words like nobody's business. Dagger, gladiator, wine, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, we got this. And I think Shannon has the easiest fucking job in the world. It was the first word. It was the word you just heard. How do you screw that up? I was so frustrated because I felt like my effort had been wasted. I was also frustrated because it felt like we needed that. It felt like we needed that challenge to tie the numbers back up between the teams and feel like, you know, we were still in this thing, still in this game. And that L, we're now down 2. You know, we need to win this challenge tomorrow. And I hate to feel like we have to win, you know? So if we lose tomorrow, we're fucked. We're really fucked because then we're down 8-5. So, after the challenge, when I get back to camp, I am ready to yeet Shannon into the abyss. I am ready to let her go. She fucked us all over, and I was sick of looking at her face as she was apologizing to us. But then I was reminded by my alliance that we are in alliance. And how did we feel about getting rid of Jon Snow, which was kind of the original thought on everybody's mind heading into tonight. So I had to make a choice. Let me start over to make this a little easier on you editing. So I have to make a choice between doing something cathartic in that moment or doing something that the rest of my team wants to do more. Because Bobby was hot on the case for Jon Snow. Bobby was pounding the effing table. And it was pretty clear that Rachel wanted to do that too. JJ was thrilled to vote for Jon Snow because apparently Jon Snow threw out JJ's name. And Shannon was just thrilled it wasn't her. Bobby wanted to leave Troy out because Bobby was worried that Troy would tell Jon Snow. But as I'm sitting there looking at Troy, I'm like, alienating somebody right now when we're about to be down 8-6 to Team Adam doesn't seem like a good idea. We need everybody rowing in one direction at this point. So I spilled the beans, and he seemed cool with it, and he seemed thrilled to be told. So I'm happy I was the one who kept him in the loop. It means he'll keep me in the loop later. I was thrilled JJ told me I'm his number one ally. I don't know who my number one ally is yet, but as many people as I can be their number one ally, the better. Let's have everybody just want to stick with Schneidman. Everybody, come to me, come into my loving bosom. I would be happy to be your ally. And, you know, I think that'll keep me safe for a little while. I don't know what we're going to do about being down 8-6. I hate feeling like we have to win the next challenge. But now we have to win. We have to win 2 in a row to be up. To at least tie it. And I hate that. I hate that pressure. Especially because we just choked under pressure. What else happened? Jon Snow, it was where everybody wanted to go. Bobby's interesting. Bobby has some game to him. You know, Bobby clearly did his research on all of us, which makes me a little nervous because I'm lying about some shit. But he's clearly done his research. And he's clearly putting off some people, especially Shannon and Rachel, which is good. I like working with people who like working with me, but don't like working with each other. That means that, you know, if shit hits the fan, I won't be the guy that they want to vote out. They're going to point their guns at each other. So Bobby kind of being in front of me as somebody that the Alliance is, we're cool to have him in the party for now, you know. Be a part of our mishpacha, Bobby. We love you. But somebody who can go later before the rest of us, I'm cool with that. That's just good gameplay, kids. Oh, I'm so mad we lost. Fucking A. Ugh, it was a gut punch. I was big mad, John. I was a sour Schneidman, let me tell you that. Okay, that's all I got. Hope we get it done tomorrow.
So my team was super confident going into today, thinking that we were going to crush this challenge. And we did until our final person. I think our first 5 people were done before they even got to their third person on Team Adam. And it seemed like we for sure were going to win. Unfortunately, Shannon really screwed it up for us, and we ended up having to vote someone off today. It was tough because a lot of us are in an alliance with Shannon, and if it were not for that, 100% she would have gone home. But we all played loyal, and we blindsided Jon Snow, which was tough. It felt like today was the first real day of playing. I think a lot of us were having to lie and pretend that it was Shannon, and Shannon deserves an Academy Award for her acting skills of pretending that she really thought she was going home tonight. But I do not believe that Jon had any idea. I would not be surprised if he had some kind of advantage that he did not end up playing, because it seemed obvious that Shannon was going home. So I just really hope we start winning, because every time we lose, it has been in a challenge that we've been way ahead, and then the last person messes it up. I'm tired of this. I want to win. But I have a feeling we're going to be merging or swapping parties soon, and the whole game's going to change. But we shall see.
Hey guys, what's up? Just trying to regroup all of my thoughts from last night. It was definitely a crazy night. I feel like I have a lot to talk about, but basically we kind of started out with the challenge, which our team Wendell was flying through, and I was so confident that my answer was going to be carriage because I could have sworn that's what they approved Deshaun for. So I just had that burned in my memory. So when it got to me, I was just kept saying carriage over and over. And it was a disaster. I was on like mute half the time. There's a lot of screaming going on. And we ended up losing, but we thought we won because Jonathan announced that we won, and then they had to go and watch a million replays, and I basically just made a huge fool out of myself, and I wanted to cry. But luckily, you know, my social game I think has gotten me to this point because I've done so badly in the physical aspects of this challenge. I really do think my social game saved me last night, and I do feel like I have a strong now alliance with Schneidman, JJ, and Rachel, at least fingers crossed. But they all wanted to stick with me. They didn't gang up on me for messing up the challenge, and we were able to blindside Jon Snow, which was really cool. I thought it was really funny because I really don't think he had any idea. I kind of just played it the whole time like I was going home, so there was no doubts in anyone's minds. Hopefully no advantages played or anything like that. So we got to tribal. I was definitely so nervous because I did sit by myself a lot in camp. I did have some people come and talk to me one-on-one, and everybody, it seemed like legit, so I did believe everyone. I was obviously a little bit nervous just because my performance in the challenge was so bad, but everybody was true to what they said, and now coming out of it, I feel a lot more excited about my game moving forward because I do feel like I have established really good relationships with people, and I'm actually gonna prove myself coming up. I am a good athlete and I am good at things. I just have had a couple bad nights so far, but yeah, I'm excited to prove myself and see what else is going to happen in this game.
Man, so we won tonight. Oh, wait. No, wait. Jonathan, that's right. We lost tonight. Just trying to keep the tribe strong and go with what they were voting for. I'm glad they let me in that we were voting for Snow and not Shannon like Schneidman and Rachel originally told me. I did make an alliance with Rachel tonight, so hopefully she stays true to her word, and that's one person I don't have to worry about getting a vote from. Going forward, I kind of just feel on the, I don't want to say on the outs, but I feel like I'm on the edge. Like, I feel like JJ, Schneidman, Rachel, and Shannon are kind of all working together, and me and Bobby are kind of on the outside of that ring. I'm just not sure how to break myself into that ring, and hopefully I did a little bit tonight with Rachel. Other than that, I hope we don't lose anymore. I'd like to stay strong with Team Wendell. Pull a win out tomorrow night. That'd be nice. I don't want to send anybody else home. Do enjoy everybody in our party. I don't want to see anybody else go. And if we do merge, I'd like there to be more of us than there is of them. Because from what I get from talking to my party, I think we're going to stay party strong when that happens. And hopefully at that point, like I said, there's more of us than there is them. And we can keep that going as far as it goes. excited for tomorrow night. I'm ready to, we need to pull a win tomorrow night. So hopefully that happens. And I think that's it for me tonight. Good night.
Well, tonight was one of those surprises. We did not know what to expect, what the challenge was going to be. We had an off day, and then coming back from an off day, sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, you know, we don't know what to expect. So when I saw the moderator give the instructions and that it had something to do with theater, I'm like, do I need to put on my acting cap? Because, you know, I'm an actress. I was excited for a second. Then she began to describe it. But guess what? Our team, we came through like always. We strategized, which really made it good. We came together. The first person to go was me. I was like, oh, really? You know, I'm getting out of my comfort zone. This is really good for me. I'm getting out of being an introvert. I'm getting out of being, you know, just in the background. First, I was like, I'm going to stay out. No. Team Deshaun, okay? Team Adam all the way. And again, we came through. I'm so glad to be on Team Adam. So far, so good. We don't know what tomorrow holds, but guess what? We're here for it. Yeah, we're here for it.
Hey, what's going on there, guys? So they stole my normal confessional spot at work today, so I had to go outside, take a little bit of a break on this beautiful sunny day to shoot my confessional. So yesterday we do the challenge and we win by literally milliseconds, not even a full second, I don't even think, literally just a millisecond. And I'm very happy because we avoid crossroads. That makes me feel great because I don't feel like I'm in the best position in my party. Maybe I am and I just don't know it and I'm just delusional, and people are probably honestly going to think that I'm really paranoid after this, and I'm going to be honest, I am a little paranoid, and it's hard not to be paranoid in a game that you only have 45 minutes to really make bonds with each night, because we're always stuck in that group together and we don't really go off. But luckily we got some one-on-one time with each other yesterday. So yesterday I got some one-on-one time with Holly, Sophia, and Matthew. I thought all the conversations went great. Maybe they don't think so, but I think they did. The best one I feel about is Holly. That doesn't necessarily mean I still don't want her out, but I feel like I had a really great conversation with her. I don't know if she's true or not to it, but she seems really honest and stuff like that. I guess maybe she does know I'm chaotic. I don't know. I don't know if she actually watched that or not, but she seems really honest anyways. Matthew, our conversation was typical. We both think we're the quiet dudes, and he actually pitched the idea of them four working together. But I don't know if he was doing it necessarily to see what I thought, but I just kind of turned it down. So maybe he isn't with those four. Maybe it's not even an alliance, because I did think about it yesterday, and whenever you have 45 minutes to talk, you can't really be making alliances, especially whenever we don't chat throughout the day and we only have that 45 minutes. So maybe there really are no alliances and there is no majority, and I'm just crazy, I guess. And then after that, I had my one-on-one with Sophia. This actually wasn't in any order, but then I had a one-on-one with Sophia. I thought that went decent. I still don't know if I can trust this whole Missouri-Illinois alliance. She calls it the Missouri-Dixon alliance, which I think is honestly a cool name. But I don't know how much I can really trust her. I still am a little skeptical, but maybe I'm just skeptical of everybody. That might be true too. But I do think we are switching parties today, and I'm kind of excited, kind of not. I could end up in a much worse situation, but luckily I have my advantage to play tonight if I really want to. The only issue is I will be blowing up my game, considering no one knows I have it, and I've lied to everybody, and people might not trust me after that, but I guess we will see what's going on, if I should use it or not. But yes, that is my confessional. I know this one was probably not as entertaining. My other ones probably aren't even entertaining, but in my opinion, this probably wasn't one of my better ones, but it's a confessional nonetheless. I'm not in my typical feel-good area, even though it does feel great out here. Hopefully I get that back soon, but I'll talk to you guys later.
Well, another day, another challenge won. That's 2 in a row for Team Adam, and we're doing pretty damn good. You know, we have positive vibes as a group together. And I feel like that I have solidified a lot of loose connections to hopefully propel myself further in the game. Like I said, I'm trying to be as honest as possible, but with, we all know we're playing a damn game. So that being said, we're going to have to start drawing some lines in the sand. And as a whole, I think the consensus is of a group that Dixon would be the next to go. Like I've said, I like the guy a lot. He is, quirky, he's funny, but sometimes he thinks too much and he looks too deep into things. And I'm not sure that we could trust him more than we could trust Deshaun if we come to a rendezvous or a tribe swap, party swap, anything like that. I feel like he's more likely to flip and go against us just for sheer survival instincts. I think that we can trust Deshaun more, and I've pushed for that. I have maybe a little bit too much. I feel like I've solidified some things with Sophia and Holly and Kayla. Those right now are the three I feel most sure with. Matt and Meredith, I like them both as well. Kayla. So at this point, I think that barring no changes, which I'm sure we got a swap coming soon, we're sitting pretty solid. Today's challenge was cool. It was an old-fashioned game of charades, basically, and Sophia, she pulled it out for us. She really showed up, and when the other team was kind of being chaotic and all over the place, Sophia, she's got a real way of just remaining solid throughout and not freaking out when we're behind, and that really helped us because we gained up game momentum at the end, and we end up winning. Like I said, that was 2 in a row for us, which is huge because psychologically it's got to be weighing on Team Wendell right now, voting 2 people out in a row. Anytime where you got to break up and go into groups, it's going to start putting targets on people's backs. I just hope, again, that I've done enough for my team and am doing well enough in the social game to assure my place further down the line. I do have the compass, and I totally plan to use that when I'm not going to be able to be here. I hate to waste it. I'm already thinking down the road, but I got to get there first. It'll be a few days before I'm gone, but I'm going to miss Friday, and I'm hoping to make it to Friday. And if I make it to Friday, I'm already thinking, do I trust people enough to let them know, hey, I got a compass, I'm going to play it, unless you can protect me, and if I have protection, should I not play it? But at the end of the day, if I feel any bit antsy or any bit unsure, I will play it just to be assured that I don't get eliminated just when I'm not here, I would hate to go out, not participating in the challenge just because I have to miss a day with a compass in my pocket. I don't plan for that to be the case. I think I'm doing well, I still think I might be talking too much, but at the end of the day, somebody's got to, I think one of my biggest allies in the game, and possibly simultaneously the biggest threat to me, is Holly. I don't know if I can trust her more than I can trust Kayla or Sophia or Meredith, But I think I could see her eventually coming for me just because, we're both claim to be super fans, and she's very self-aware of the game. And I know that me aligning myself in a girls' alliance, being the outsider, that puts a target on my back. But hopefully when we do merge and when we do rendezvous, when we do split, swap, whatever you want to call it, that I'm in the majority and I've made enough bonds, to get me through. And as long as I have the stage, to talk on, I feel pretty confident that I can convince people.
All right. So, sorry I look so hideous. My daughter took my rubber band and my sweatshirt. So I'm in like an undershirt and I have like a perma rubber band mark in my hair and it looks gross. Anyway, I just wanted to throw some thoughts together since I just saw the video, and I actually think it's brilliant. We did something like this in the org that I host, and we used a cereal box because I don't think any of us were smart enough to think about a freaking book. Like, duh, a book is super, super flat. Oh gosh. Anyway, I'm actually excited to do this. I think it'll be cool. I did hard boil my eggs because I'm gross as hell. Because if they fall on the floor and crack, I'm totally gonna eat them. I'm not wasting them. That's crazy. So I will say that I made 6 eggs so that I'd have 3 as backup just in case, because I wanted to practice. But my daughter ate 3 of them, so I only have 3 now. So I didn't get to practice, other than with 1 egg. I told you guys though that my kids have wrestling on Mondays, so I had to take my kids to wrestling, drop them off. I'm headed back home to do the challenge, and then as soon as we're done with the challenge, I have to go and pick them up. I don't think it'll take that long, but we'll see. I don't know. Balance and finesse is going to be hard for some, maybe not for others. I'm not sure. I don't know how it's going to work. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I do definitely feel like since there is nobody sitting out, that maybe there's a swap going to happen. Some weird swappity swap. So that is always interesting. Different dynamic. And I also think the fact that Deshaun, unfortunately, is sitting out as well is another unfortunate kind of situation. Because I feel like, I'm not looking at the rules, obviously, because I'm driving, but I feel like that's like 3 votes against her already, or 2 or something, or some sort of a penalty, I'm not sure. I don't know if you guys make exceptions because she was in the emergency room, but we'll see. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, those are my thoughts. Eggs on a book, genius. I hard boiled mine because I'm going to eat them after they fall. And that's going to be my dinner. Let me think. What else can I tell you guys about tonight? I don't think anything. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you very, very shortly. I'm going to change my shirt and put my hair up in a rubber band, and then I will be at base camp. All right, talk to you guys later. Ciao.
Okay, this is my confessional for Expedition Online Season 4. We won again. I was so excited. It was so close. I definitely didn't know if we won it first. We had the best strategy where the last 3 people listened to the other tribe and got what the word was. I'm surprised that they didn't do that as well, but I'm glad that we thought of it and they didn't, because we were behind, and the only reason we won was because we all 3 listened to what they said at the beginning. So we go back to camp, and of course we're all together until we get told that we have to split up. So that's where everything interesting happens. I will go over some highlights of what I thought was good or interesting. So it seems like everyone's beginning to finally name a dominant alliance, and that would be me, Meredith, Holly, Sophia, and Matthew. That's 5 people. Hager also thinks he's in it, but when I heard people mentioning the alliance, it was primarily those 5 at first. Obviously, I love it because I'm in the majority, so I will stick with that, of course. People want Dixon out, which I don't love because I am in an alliance with Sophia and Dixon, and I still want Deshaun out because I can't trust her to work well strategically with me, but I'm realizing that I might be on the outs with that. I think it's absolutely crazy that people would be willing to go forward with Deshaun. So who is just somebody who's way more unpredictable than Dixon. I'm really, really kind of confused by all this anti-Dixon sentiment going around. Holly had even mentioned that we need to be aware of Sophia because she seems like she's wanting to keep Dixon. And I know why she wants to keep Dixon, because she's in an alliance with him. So I really, really need to watch what I'm doing and what I'm saying, because I don't want to be lumped into that with Sophia as well. So next round, I am not going to go to bat for Dixon. I will let him go if that is the majority opinion. I don't like it, but I'll do it. I would ideally like to talk to Sophia one-on-one and maybe let her know. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if I can trust her to not tell Holly that I told her that. And then I also want to talk to Matthew, because I haven't talked to him one-on-one, and I'm not sure if he prefers Dixon or Deshawn. I know that Hagar, Meredith, and Holly, the three in our alliance, want Dixon out. So I know 3 people do, which is half of our alliance already. I know Sophia is the only one who wants to keep Dixon, and I haven't talked to Matthew. If he does want to keep Dixon and then I want to keep Dixon, then it's 3-3, then it could get interesting. But again, I'm not going to stick my neck out for Dixon. So people in danger for next tribal are Dixon and Deshawn, and I'm obviously wanting to keep Dixon, but we will see what happens next time. Bye.
What's going on, guys? Matthew here, back again for my 6th confessional. Today was a pretty good day. We ended up winning the challenge, us being Team Adam. I actually opted to sit this one out. We needed to have one person sit, and I didn't feel like this challenge really required any like strengths other than if you're like the person acting out the charades. And so I was like, this is probably a safe one to sit out that isn't going to put like a target on my back, like, oh, he doesn't want to do this because he's not good at something, yada yada. I think it was just a solid move to take this opportunity to sit this one out. So that is what I did, and we ended up pulling out the win at the very last second. I don't know if the other team was paying attention well enough, because the way that challenge worked is we were doing the same words but in reverse order. So before going into that, we told everyone to like listen to what they were saying at the beginning, so you can just say that word, and that's why Meredith was able to say her phrase so quick. We ended up pulling out the win at the very last second, which was super cool. And then we went back to camp and we hung out for a bit. There was a point where we had to go to the fire in the outpost to do some chores while we were just chilling. And we solidified some alliances during that time. So Kayla, Meredith, Holly, and I have formed an alliance. And this feels really solid. I feel very comfortable with it. I think we're all on the same page. I like their vibes. I dig working with all of them. So I'm pretty stoked for this alliance. I think we can take this pretty far, and I think it's good to like solidify something this early on. So if we do like swap tribes or something, we have people we know we're super solid with. And I think they all seem really smart. They all seem like good performers in challenges. Everyone can hold their own. So I'm pretty excited for this alliance. No name yet, but we are gonna figure that one out. And we also, during like our time talking to everyone after, we came to a consensus that if we lose the next challenge, we're probably going to be voting out Dixon. And I like Dixon. He's a nice guy. But I think the way he was describing the challenge and how we could like, I don't know, use a code for the alphabet. And I don't think other people really followed that. And so it was brought up to me that maybe Dixon would be the next target. And since it's not me, I'm not going to really go against that. And so I think that's the plan. So the consensus is we hopefully win the next challenge, but if we lose, we vote Dixon, hopefully make it to the swap, and we have a solid alliance in Kayla, Meredith, Holly, and I. So I'm feeling overall pretty good. But yeah, thank you for your time, and I will catch you on the next episode.
Okay, so day 5 is officially in the books, and I'm still here. So I'm a happy camper, happy expeditioner still. Excited to be here. This is a lot of fun. If you happen to just be watching the confessionals on YouTube, highly recommend giving it a shot. It's a lot of fun. But so today started off with learning about our challenge and starting to strategize. We knew that there were no requirements or no materials needed for this challenge, so we were trying to figure out what it was. It turns out it's basically charades, but you can describe the words that you're given with either words like out loud or by acting it out, but with the knowledge that the other team's going to be listening the whole time. So we were worried about using words, but decided that that would be the easiest and fastest way to do it, even though Dixon was like, he was really going nuts with some strategies of like making up code and saying a letter, but it's really 2 letters back, or I don't even know what it was, but but he was really trying to strategize and came up with some outlandish schemes. But so we go to the challenge and I end up being last in line for ours. So I knew that at that point I would already know the word because the other team would have already gotten through it. So I was making sure to write down all the words that were answered, all of them just in case they went out of order or something. But so the first word was chariot, and it was a little bit harder. So it took Deshaun a little bit of a while to get it, which I understand it probably would have taken me a while to get chariot as well, especially being on the first word. Especially with Schneidman screaming over. He's a very loud man, and I mean, major props to Sophia for A, stepping up and taking on that challenge and being in the center of attention role, and then B, keeping her cool as Schneidman is screaming over top of her. I would not have been able to handle it. I would have like had a panic attack or something. I don't know, but props to her. But so we get through and we're pretty far behind because the first word took so long. So I thought it was done and written. Like I was already starting to think of like, okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to scramble. Who's gonna go? But we get to, they're on their last word, and it is chariot. And Shannon must not have been listening to our team go because she had no idea. So we were on, I think, our 3rd or 4th person, and then Holly goes, and she's real quick. She knows her work. She was listening. And Kayla goes, and she's real quick. She knows her work. She's listening. And I am just like scrambling to come off of mute and off on video as fast as humanly possible. And as I'm doing it, I'm just screaming, gladiator, 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 because I knew that that was the word from the other tribe. And I know for a fact, I knew that they did not say wine before I said gladiator. I knew, so I was like, yes, we won. And then Jonathan announces that Team Wendell wins. What? Jonathan, what? No, there's no possible way. I know that we got that first. So they actually go back and take a look at the tapes, and it's correct. They confirm our win. So Team Adam wins, Team Wendell loses, Team Adam is saved from Crossroads, and Team Wendell has to go. So we get back to our camp, and we do have some chores tonight. So we had to kind of separate and go in different rooms. And as we're starting to separate, things are starting to happen. Like we're really getting into not just knowing each other and the niceties of talking to each other, but alliances are starting to form. So I feel a lot better. Prior to tonight, I felt like I was a little behind the game in terms of forming alliances. I knew that it looked like Dixon and Sophia were close because Dixon told Sophia that Hager threw his name out, and you could tell that a couple of other people were close too. Like I felt like, who am I thinking about? Matthew and Kayla. I could tell that Matthew and Kayla seemed like they were really close too. So there were a couple of pairs that were already coming together, it seemed, and I felt like I was behind the ball. But after tonight, I feel pretty good about where it stands. I think the consensus is that the girls want to stick together. So Kayla, Sophia, Meredith, and Holly. It seems like Holly and Kayla want Sophia kind of more on the outs, and Sophia maybe wants Holly more on the outs, which is nice because it puts me in the middle, or at least it's what they're telling me. I don't know if it's true, but that's kind of what it feels like now, that there's the core of like the 4 girls, and then the auxiliary would be like Matthew would be an auxiliary, and then I guess the rest of the tribe. Hager, I guess, is a auxiliary as well to this little group that we have going. But I'm really happy. I really like Holly and Kayla a lot. Sophia, I'm a little wary of. I think she's really good at this game, and she's not afraid to take charge, not afraid to put herself in a spot of attention, and that makes me think she's really confident and she has a reason to be confident. And so that makes me a little scared of her, but I still really like her and I want to play with her because I think if I'm on our good side, then I'm good, because I know she's sticking up for Dixon and really trying to get Dixon to stay. But yeah, so after tonight and after how it kind of shook out, I'm kind of really happy with how things are shaping up so far, knock on wood. Fingers crossed, but I think I'm happy right now about where my place is in the game. 40 seconds over. I thought I was gonna do it this time. Ran over again, but okay. I think that's everything. See you tomorrow.
Okay, so basically from the get-go, tonight was heart racing, panic inducing. We were pretty sure that something fishy was going to happen going into the challenge. Team Adam was. We weren't sure if it was going to be a rendezvous or if it was going to be a party swap, but we knew it was something along those lines. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think it was actually my idea that maybe we were going to all compete as one team and then vote somebody off together that night at the same crossroads. And that's sort of a version of what happened. I'm super happy that I was able to pull out the win in the challenge today for individual immunity along with Troy. I really didn't end up working with Troy or have worked with Troy, but I mean, good for him. And I could rest assured knowing that I was not going home tonight. I was not going to be deserted. However, that did not keep the rest of tonight from being a wild ride for me included. I had a lot to think about with Dixon primarily. Dixon was somebody who I really thought we had a strong one-on-one alliance going. And then a group of 3 with him and myself and Kayla. But I come to find out tonight that he actually had a compass the whole time. And I was under the impression that he trusted me enough that he would have told me that. So when that came to light, that made me feel a little bit like maybe I can't actually trust him at all. And all of this potential trust is false. That I'm actually playing myself by reading more into it than it is. So I am glad that I was able to vote along the same lines as Hager and help Holly to protect herself, because I told Holly to I told Holly to throw a vote onto Deshawn. I said that's a really good idea, because I didn't feel secure enough and I wasn't sure if Dixon was going to actually play his compass or not. But I knew that somebody had to throw a vote on Deshawn just in case. Dixon played his heirloom compass and voted for Holly. Then Holly, in fact, saved herself by doing that. And I'm glad that I was able to help make that happen. I'm connecting with the other team was crazy. I am glad I got a chance to talk to Schneidman. On the other hand, I don't know if I can trust him at all. I don't know if I can trust any of them at all. I felt like we had this like good vibe going into it, talking before the game, and then like a really potential good opportunity to work with Schneidman, myself, and Dixon. But I don't know if that's actually going to end up happening because that tribe, I just can't read anything into their dynamics. Team Wendell is they seem a little bit mean, honestly, and it scares me. And it might just be that they're being mean directed to a common enemy, which is Team Adam. But seeing Shannon and JJ talk to each other in Crossroads, like, made me upset a little bit. Like, I felt like they were fabricating argumentative stance towards each other. They were saying, you know, catty things like, oh, I guess I'll go in a room with you. And it felt a little bit like they thought we were stupid and would read into that as being genuine. Or maybe they were just honestly awkward with each other. But I tend to think at least I feel like JJ thinks he is pulling the strings and he's the one running everything. And I kind of can't wait for the opportunity to wipe like the smirk off of his face a little bit and hopefully blindside him going into a potential party swap or rendezvous. But overall, I'm sad that Deshawn went home. I don't think it's fair that she wasn't here to protect herself or, you know, defend herself. But I think that going into tonight, that was the ideal outcome for me if we were going to have to vote somebody from Team Adamoff. So I'm glad that Dixon's still around. Hopefully I can do some damage control with him tomorrow. Make sure that he knows that I voted for him in the hopes that he would stay, as backwards as that sounds. But it certainly tonight brought a whole new level of stress and excitement, and it shows that the game is only going to get more intense from here.